guys! Hello everyone! How are you doing today? Well, you'll realize that this video is going to be a little bit different from the ones I'm really used to make. It's not gonna be neither a cover nor a reaction, but I just felt like doing a different video in which I could speak my mind, say my humble opinion, and of course, you know, in a cover I just speak through music, and then in the reaction I just shout, scream, and talk nonsense. So I just felt like making a different video in which I could just give my opinion, and I will start with a review from Presentstillperfect. So please, if you haven't watched Presentperfect yet, just go to watch it now and then come back and check out my video, because the content of this video is full of spoilers.
Spoiler
so
alert! No.
Better to watch the film in case you haven't done it before. Well, this film is from a director called Anuson, and he made the film. The film is from 2017, so 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. And I have watched this film 3 times. And the last time I wanted to watch it, I just decided to focus more in the details so that I could make the review. And there were many details I didn't remember, so I was glad I watched it for the first time. And I'm so happy to make this review. Please, take into account that my opinions are not intended to offend anyone, so it's just my humble opinion, okay? So, let's stop beating about the bush and let's get down to business. Let's start! I will start the review talking about the scenes and the place where the film was set. I'm talking about Higashikawa. Higashikawa is a city from Japan, and at the very beginning of the film, the director mentioned that this city is called Photo Town. So I went straight to search on the internet why this town is declared itself the town of the photography, and this is what I found. It has been 30 years since Higashikawa was declared the town of photography in 1985, the only town of photography in the world. The town has been promoting photoculture through active participation by the town's people, as well as highly valuing nature, culture, and relationships between people. What's more, the city has been during these years holding plenty of festivals related to photography, such as Higashikawa International Photo Festival or Youth Organization of Photography, which means that this is the only city perhaps that it's promoting the photography among people, but especially among youngsters, in order to attract them to be more interested in photography, but also to come to this city and sightsee these jaw-dropping scenes, because the views are completely breathtaking. And this is probably why the director came up with the idea of giving Toei the role of a photographer, and that's why he's holding all the time a camera and taking plenty of pictures. But you know, apart from that, the city was more than deserved to be declared the photo town, because I'm sure just breathing the air from this atmosphere of this scene, you could get cured from any disease. No, just joking, but I bet that the atmosphere from these views are completely clean, and it looks like a really peaceful place to get away from all the painstaking work. And that's probably why Toei decided to go to this place to get away from his ex-girlfriend. Okay, the last thing to mention about the scenes is when Toei and Odd were to the small shops to buy and to bargain food for dinner. When they came back to Odd's house, I think it was Odd's apartment, we can see that there's a column between the living room and the kitchen, which splits up the scene in 2 parts, highlighting the differences between the 2 characters. Toei, which is heartbroken after splitting up with his ex-girlfriend, who is a photographer and who is straight, and Odd, who works at a bank who's going to marry, and after that we know that he's going to be a father. So the same scene or a similar scene appears on the trailer of Presentperfect. You can see here, but the difference is that it's an outdoor place, and the Odd doesn't appear in this scene, but Kenta does it.
Kenta.
Yes, Kenta, who is a Japanese actor
200% Japanese.
of Presentstillperfect. Okay, let's move on to the script. I want to mention first those conversations that make us get to know more about Thai culture. I'm talking about this scene.
Can you drink
No
water
wonder
from
why
the pipe?
Toei was surprised about the fact that Yumi was drinking the water from the pipe. This is why in Thailand, and I experienced that 2 years ago. Yeah, I went to Thailand. This is from Thailand, but no money left. This is from Thailand. This is not from Thailand, but it's from a Thai series, Sotas. And this is also from Thailand. These earrings were bought in Thailand as well. So when I went to, I did it again. I'm beating about the bush. Okay, let's come back to the main topic. When I went to Thailand, I experienced that you cannot drink directly the water from the pipe because it's not clean enough. And probably you can suffer from any intoxication. This doesn't happen just in Thailand, but in many other countries. And for example, in my country, not because of the water is not clean, but because it tastes bad. Many people from Barcelona, for example, the second capital of Spain, don't drink the water from the pipe, but they just buy it from the shops. So that's what happens in Thailand, but in Higashikawa or in Japan in general, it's different. You can drink the water from the pipes. So now we know why Toei was surprised about this fact, because in his country this cannot happen. I also want to highlight when Toei was asking for probably the last time with his girlfriend, at the time still girlfriend, and they were talking about politics. And also that this topic appears again when Toei is eating pizza for dinner, I think, with Yumi.
Everything okay now?
About the politics?
Yeah. Last time when I was sent over with Banky, I saw a lot of guys wearing green uniform shooting people.
Yumi talks that when she was in Thailand, maybe I think a couple of years ago, she saw some people wearing green uniforms and shooting other people. So I tried to find on the internet when that happened, and I came up with this. I don't know if this is what the director wanted to show or tell us, but I saw that that in Thailand there was the constitution was about to be voted, and the citizens had to vote against or for the constitution. And there was a party who wanted to vote, of course, for the constitution, that persuaded those people who wanted to vote against the constitution. And I don't know if after that they started fighting and those shootings happened. I'm not sure if this is the case. I don't know, because I don't know anything about Thai politics, but probably something similar that happened those years, I don't know, maybe in 2016 or 2015, I'm not sure. Okay, let's move on inside the script to those conversations that make us get to know more about the character's personality and about the character's daily life. I'm talking about when Toei asked Odd, where it was Odd first asking Toei whether he regrets having done something in his past.
ได้เคยทำอะไรผิดพลาดในชีวิตบ้างปะ
Odd, of course, gave a response straight away, and then Toei asked the same question to Odd. What happened then?
Yeah.
Complete silence. Why the director wanted to give this silence? What did he want us to think? If we recall a little bit, we see that Odd said to Toei that he was gay, but he was also going to marry a woman. And also, we have this.
เพราะพี่เขาเป็นทหารเก่าอะ
His father, Odd's father, works in the military service. he serves the nation. What makes me conclude that that Odd has got a really traditional family, which means that, of course, a marriage between two people from the same gender is completely forbidden. But, like, Odd was forced himself to marry a woman in order not to let his parents down. Because if he married, or at least if he came out of the closet, he was sure that he could deceive his parents. Or at least that's what he thought. And so, of course, with that silence, we understand, or at least this is my opinion, I understand that Odd regretted a lot having married a woman, or regretted a lot being inside the closet and not being able to let out his feelings, because what he was doing was against his identity. So at that moment I felt so pity on Odd, because he was suffering a lot from his deepest heart, and he couldn't come out in front of his parents, the ones who had brought him up. The only moment in which he could release his feelings was with Toei.
พี่เป็นเกย์ป่ะครับ
เป็น
อ้าว
And I also feel bad for Toei, because without knowing, he started having feelings for Odd, and he didn't know Odd was going to have a baby. So all this information make me think that Odd is really suffering from his inside, and I feel really bad for him. Another conversation that really strikes me is when Toei, after realizing that he had feelings for Odd, and after accepting that he had sex with him, he asked him whether he was top or bottom. And then this is what happens.
ผมลูกพี่ใช่ป่ะ
ทำไมอะถ้าพี่บอกว่าพี่ลูกเต้ยอะเต้ยจะกระโดดน้ำตายเลยหรือไง
There wasn't an answer at all. I'm sure the director wanted to show that it's not necessary for us to know whether he was top or whether he was bottom, because it's like stereotyping society by deciding which from a gay couple is or has got the female role and which one has got the male role. It's not necessary to stereotype that. So better not to answer, because if we are trying to break those stereotypes that still unfortunately remain in our society, let's start with this, and especially not showing this kind of information to the audience by the films, like saying you are the top, you are the male, and you are the bottom, you are the female. It's not necessary, because a gay couple is something more than that. Okay, let's move on to the evolution of the character's personality. Let's talk about Yumi. Yumi was a really essential character in this film because she made Toei change his mind about what he felt to Odd. And how did she do that? With NATTO! Thanks to NATTO, Toei could accept his feelings. Yumi said this.
See? When you try something in a different new way, it's much better than you expect.
By showing Toei the right way to make NATTO, Toei realized that if you try something in a different way, maybe you can like it. So it's like after having sex with Odd, it wasn't a really problem at all. So what really mattered was that he was in love or not with him. So after that, after NATTO, he accepted his feelings and he started to get after Odd. Because at the beginning, what he tried to do at all costs was to avoid Odd, because at the beginning he didn't want to meet any Thai people, because that reminded him of his ex-girlfriend, the one who he was trying to get away with, try to move her away. But if he met Thai people, he couldn't do that, or at least it would be so hard for him to move her away. So after that scene, Toei changed completely his mind and went to meet up with Odd. And this was a really important point during the film. And let's talk about Odd. For me, the big change that he had was when he said to Toei that he was gay, and he was able to release his feelings, because I'm sure he couldn't do that with his parents. That's why he ended up having a fake marriage. And that was a really important moment for Odd, I beg. And even at the end of the film, after he coming back to Thailand and having to face the reality again, he made us see that he was still in love with Toei, because he gave him away the scarf he used for taking care of him when he was sick. So that was a really sad part, because Odd made us believe that he was still in love with Toei, despite having to come back to the reality, to his wife, to his daughter. So that was a really emotional part, and I was completely involved with that scene. Even because Toei cried a lot, and Yumi was trying to comfort him. And finally, let's talk about the funny moments that made me laugh a lot when watching Presentperfect. And this is this. It's the third time I'm watching this film, and I could barely remember that scene. Why on earth did I forget this scene? I mean, it's impossible to forget. Look at this. Okay, another funny moment for me was when Odd saw for the first time Yumi. She was in fact at Toei's apartment, and look at his face. He was completely jealous. At that moment we could see that Odd was having feelings for Toei. And the last moment I want to show you guys is NATTO moment, when NATTO was stick to Toei's finger, and he couldn't get rid of NATTO. They were so sticky, tangled into his fingers, and it was a really funny moment, because it was when Odd realized, hey, have you had NATTO as dinner, because you cannot get rid of it. And I want to go to Japan and try it. I mean, I want to see myself how it gets sticked into my fingers. Yeah, like Spider-Man maybe? Okay guys, it has been all for now. I wanted to make, maybe it's gonna be a longer video than I used to do, but I didn't want to make it that much longer, so that you don't get bored. I hope you don't get bored. It was a different video. I did wanted to do it, because it's the only way for me to speak my mind and give my opinion about this masterpiece. Honestly, if you haven't watched it, just go for it. It's amazing, and let's make it to the 3 million, because it's almost reaching 3 million views. We have to make it, guys. And I want to congratulate the director Am on the fact that his films, both Presentperfect and Presentstillperfect, were selected to be aired at French cinemas. I think it will be in October, and I'm so glad, I'm so happy for you, and thank you for the actors as well. They are so talented, and I'm sure they have made a real improvement between Presentperfect and Presentstillperfect. Just by watching the trailers from Presentstillperfect, I can see that they have improved a lot, and their acting skills were even better. Although in Presentperfect they were amazing, I have to say. So, Spain, what are you waiting for? I mean, I want to watch these films in my country, in Barcelona. What are you waiting for? Well, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to watch the film, and I want to send some greetings to the director, to the actors. If you watch this video, hope you have liked it. Bye bye! Si estás listo, quiero estar.